And despite what some people may say, smaller is just as good. Oh dear, oh dear. Cue the music. So first up is Liquid Manure Tank. This is by RLSF, 3.62 megabyte on the download, and it's come out as an update. Now the update is going to be console release, well, part of it's console release anyway, so that's why we're taking a look at it now. Now obviously, Liquid Manure Tank, you're going to be finding that in silos. 80 grand to buy, 1.2 million litres of stuff. We'll call it that anyway. Obviously you load in, you load out at this point just here. And we have got this little door there, that's just, well, that's just for aesthetics. So it is a giant, great big concrete tube, cylinder, whatever you want to call it. Well, shallow cylinder anyway, holding your stinky stuff in there, ready for you to take it out on the field or even sell it off. Entirely up to you. Alright, fair enough. Right, next up is wind generators made with barrels. This is by Nicky3, 7.98 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under production chains and generators. Now we've got 3 different versions here. So we've got one for 2.5 grand. That's going to give you back in a payment 360 a month. We then got one for 5 grand. That's going to give you 600 back, and then one for 8 grand. That's going to give you 840 per month. So if you're playing on single days, well, one day months, you're going to get that back. 2-day months, obviously divided by 2, and so on and so on. Now, I like the design of these. You know, a bit of recycling. Was it upcycling? Yeah, the rusty old stuff made into something else. I mean, they are obviously, well, like cut in half oil drums. Oh, fair enough. I like them. Very nice. Well, next up is Lizard Liquid Manure Tank. This is by Mr. Hector, 9.98 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find him, first off, under silos. So 80 grand to place down. It's going to hold 1.5 million litres of the old slurry, stinky stuff. We then got the second one, which is going to be found under your silo extensions, as you can imagine. Fair enough. 1.5 million litres again, going to hold in there 75 grand to buy. Now, they don't come with any customization options. They are as they are. So blue with a little bit of weathering, we'll call it that anyway. So load in and load out at the front on this one. Obviously the silo extension doesn't have any loading in points, but what this does have, we come up to the ladder up. You press B, it's like a lift. You can then go down and have a little look. Well, I mean, it's empty at the minute, but I'd imagine that is gonna stink when it's full up. I like that. You don't need to climb the ladder, it's a little lift. Oh, why not? Right, next up is Small Farm Dairy. This is by Weekend Farmers Texas, 1.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. That's going to cost you 18 grand. And you're going to be making a bit of dairy shenanigans. Now, you've got a hatch marking area here. You would have thought that's your loading in point. Well, it is, but you do need to open up the doors first. There you are, and then you get your trigger just there. So you do need to have the doors open to load in. Fair enough. Then once you get inside, you got your production chain menu just here. So you can be doing your buffalo mozzarella, your butter from your buffalo milk, goat milk, and standard milk. Then you got your cheese and then your goat cheese. So obviously it's going to take in buffalo milk, goat milk, and standard milk. Now the pallets are these here. They're little boxes. We've got a little box of butter. Man, I need to put my teeth in. You got a box of cheese. You can all lift them up by hand, that's all right. Then you got your, what's that one? That's your goat cheese. And then, as you've probably seen already from the thumbnail, my buffalo mozzarella. So rather than having pallets, now this is the sort of thing you'd see on, say like if you went to like a, what was it, a wholesalers? If you owned a shop, you go and buy a box of these. You wouldn't buy a pallet. Maybe you're having like a little corner store, that sort of thing. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Right, next up is Lizard Vehicle Shouters. This is by Mr. Hector, 23.88 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under sheds. Now, I've got 3 different versions in here. Now, all 3 of these have some customization options, so you can click on there, and you've got your option for your solar panels, so out the back, out the front, both or nothing, and then you can change the colour. We'll go with pink. It's going to do the walls, man. That's a bright colour wall, I must admit. So we have got, first off, the Vehicle Shouter Enclosed. It's going to cost you 188 grand. We then got your Vehicle Shouter Open Big, 138 grand. And then finish it off, we've got vehicle shelter open small for 96.5 grand. Right, fair enough. So you've got your enclosed version first. So we're going to open up that gate like that. There we are. And you've got drive-through options on the go. Both sides. That's always good. Plenty of space inside, which is not bad at all. That being said, you're looking for a light switch, actually. Doesn't seem to be... Oh, there we are. I walked right past it. It's shocking. So light switch over there. Left stick in if you're on Xbox like me. Great. So then we come down to your open-sided ones. And some people like the open-sided ones. Some people like the enclosed ones. It's a good job that this pack's got both in, which is all right indeed. So obviously you've got your open-sided shenanigans. You have got this door on the end, which is all right. You can open that. You know, if you want to come in, I reckon you could get a good angle. If you had like a header trailer, you can sort of like come in there like that, pull it in, and then sort of pull it out that way. So you haven't got to mess around with those header trailers, which is all right indeed. Then obviously that's the big one, and we've got a smaller one there. So if you are tight on space a little bit, we've got this smaller version here, which again has the end door on as well, which is all right indeed. I mean, to be fair, they're looking all right. A little bit of weathering on the concrete underneath. I like that. I mean, it's seen some better days, mind you, but they are looking good. Next up is Lizard Multipurpose Sheds. This is by Mr. Hector, 48.67 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under shed. Well, I say as you can imagine. I mean, some of these got bare and pallet storages. They're normally in silos, but they're under sheds anyway, so fair enough. So first up, we've got the open-sided one. 20 grand to cost... Well, 20 grand to, it's going to cost you to put down. That's going to hold 1,200 pieces of bales and pallets. We then got the shed version, 128 grand. That's going to hold 200 pieces. We then got the slightly bigger version, 194 grand. And then we got this one on the end, 236 grand. That's going to hold 2,000. 2,000 bales and pallets, which is all right. Now, as you can see, we do have the options of solar panels on the roof. And if you go with ones with doors, we'll get this one out. There we are. So we'll click on customize. You've got your solar panels, fair enough. You then got the color option. So if we go for pink, it's going to do like the doors or the framework. All right, fair enough. Gives it a little bit of an extra thing, but all right, no problem. So obviously you've got the bale and pallet storage. You got your pallets loading in at this point. You're taking out down that end. You can't go through it. So you can't use it as a storage facility for your vehicles or equipment. You're not going to be able to get in there. But okay, fair enough. We have got disable automatic object storage. All right, and then you can go in. Ah. Fair enough, it is a 2-in-1 job, so that's all right. So if you want to put some vehicles or equipment in, turn it off. If you want to use it for bales and pallets, turn it on. Oh, I like that. That is all right indeed. That's actually awesome. I must admit, we'll come across to the old shed here. So we've got a little bit of a storage down there. You got your loading in point. You got your taking out point as well. And again, you got this here. Turn them off or on. Because... if you open up these doors, we'll open up that one. There we are. If you've got it turned on, you can't go inside, which is fair enough. What about this one? Let's have a little look. No, you can't go inside that one either. So when you drop your stuff in, obviously they're going to go into the building. But if you want to use the building as an actual building to store some vehicles or whatever, just turn it off. And away you go. Oh, I like that. That is awesome, I must admit. So we'll come across to this one. Slightly bigger version. We'll open up these doors like that. There we are. So plenty of storage on the go in there. We'll come across to this one. So more doors that you can open. More storage. I mean, this has got a little bit of a round the corner job, which is all right. Then we'll come back out and we'll go into the next one. There we are. We'll open up that one. So more storage again, which is all right. 3 doors on that one. Light switch is knocking around, which is great. Then we'll come across to the last. Oh, hold on. There's a door down here. That's a sneaky little thing out the back. Right, what's in here? Nothing. Ah, fair enough. No little storage area for it. Then we've got this one on the end. 2,000 litres on this one, which is all right. So you've got your loading in, taking out points. And then again, if you want to use it as a standard storage facility, just turn it off. That is brilliant. Oh, I do like that. I do like that indeed. We've got doors that you can open up as well. So obviously that's open at the side, so you've got a bit of extra access. We'll come around here. You've got more storage facilities. I mean, that says the ability to turn it off That is awesome. That is definitely a game winner for me, I would say. But that's just my personal opinion. Entirely up to you. You may think, what's the point? But it's a multi-purpose shed. You can turn it off. You can store your stuff in there. You can store your bales and pallets. If you don't need to store them automatically, just turn it off again and away you go. That is awesome. Right, next up is Lizard Grain Storage and Pig Food Maker. This is by Mr. Hector, 75.8 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, I'm going to say, as you can imagine, actually, it's under silo. So it could have been under silo or production chains, to be fair, if you're making pig food. But it's under silos anyway. It's going to hold 1.7 million litres of your stuff, which is all right. Now, there's a few different inputs and outputs on this one, which is all right. So for the silo, you load in just there and you can take out just there. For the old pig food shenanigans, your taking out point is just there. Now for actually getting your stuff in for your pig food, we'll call it that anyway, for your pig food stuff going in, you actually need to come indoors. Well, there's actually some other inputs. Now I remember this on 22 and it was all right indeed. So you come in here like that. You got your loading in point, it says alternative loading in point for your silos. If you want to go indoors rather than outside, that's great. Alternative output of your silo is just here, but the only input for your pig food is over here. So if you're making pig food, you chuck your stuff into there, jobs are good, and then take it out of that silo the other end. When you have got a little bit of storage knocking around, I mean, there's plenty of space on the go. You're not going to be short on that, which is all right indeed. I mean, I've got this little... that door we can go up. Turn floodlighting on. We've got a light switch. Oh, yeah, that's plenty bright enough. So I'm just wondering, have we got... oh, here we are in this office. Open up that door. There we are. So inside here is going to be your recipes for your pig food. So you're going to be doing corn, barley, canola, potatoes, or sorghum, wheat, sunflower, and sugar beet. Right, so that's your 2 recipes. Just chuck all your stuff in there. Take it outside. Jobs are good un. I like that. I mean, 2 different inputs for your silo, and you got a bit of pig food making on the go as well. That is all right. Now, there is one thing I will show you as we finish looking at this mod. If you were to sell it, yeah, we'll sell that. Yes, it leaves a couple of holes. So just bear that in mind. If you ever come to sell this facility, you will need to do a little bit of landscaping. But that being said, that's an all right building. Next up is a Capello Diamant 12. This is by Hispano, 12.18 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under corn headers. Now, it's a 9 meter working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 95 gram price tag, corn and sunflower harvester header, as you can well imagine. And it's great, this is, because it folds. So you haven't got to worry about pesky header trailers. You just have it on the front of your harvester, drive down the road, jobs are good and no problem. Now, you've got a couple of colour options. So you're going to go for that one is going to be those bits. And then the design colour again is going to be the back bit. I do like a corn header that folds. It makes it so much easier getting it out to the field. Right, next up is the Farmax DRP300 Perfect. This is by Hispano, 9.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under spaders. Oh, we don't see many spaders coming out, I must admit. 100 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 3 meter working width, and a 7 mile an hour working speed. It's going to cost you 42.5 grand to buy. You do have the option of attacher type, which has got standard or 3-point, so you could do 2 jobs in one, which is not bad at all. I mean, 3 meter working width is still going to be your small farm shenanigans, but then again, why can't small farming have some nice stuff? That's what I'm saying. You then got your main colour option, which is obviously going to be your main colour. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is my favourite cultivator coming back from FS25. This is the Rostselmash K12200. This is by Hispano, 13.52 megabyte on the download, and obviously you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, I thought this is the perfect balance. You know, if you're going to go from small fields, medium field, large fields, 12.2 meter working width, sort of that sweet spot. It could do it all. Yeah, you can smash out some more small fields. You can do some large fields. Might take you a little bit of time, but nothing too extreme. I just thought it was great. Oh, I'm glad to see this is back. 9 mile an hour working speed, 375 horsepower requirement for my tractor, and 101 grand to buy. You do have your option of colour configuration. So the main colour is obviously going to be the main colour. The design colour, we're going to go with those bits. And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Oh, this is an awesome cultivator. Love to see it back. Right, next up is the Rudolph DK 280 RP Realistic. This is by SBSH, 4.1 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the trailers. Now, this is, yeah, I know what's coming up. This is quite interesting, I must admit. 18,500 litre capacity, 22,300 to buy if you don't go for the cover option. There you are, so that's your standard version. You have the option of wheel brands, Continental, Trelleborg, BKT, Raderstein, and then Continental again. Got a couple of different versions on the go, depending on which tyre brand you go for. Decals, etc. So remove all. 40 kilometre, so that's going to be around the back. There we are. Chain, so it can be around the front. All right, where's your chain? Well, there's a chain at the front there. This is interesting. Where's the chain going to be? Come on, where's your chain? So 40 kilometre an hour. I'm not really seeing a chain anywhere. But okay, I mean, is it inside? No? All right, we'll carry on then. Symbols, puts the labels on the side. Then have the chain option again, which I can't see where the chain is, mind you. And then you got all the labels and the chains, and then everything turned off. All right, fair enough. Then you cover, yes or no, fair enough. Tension belts. Now, if we go back to the cover off, tension belts, yes or no. You can put some tension belts in. We'll come back to that in a minute. You then got your side walls. So you got, oh, we'll go with that. Stainless steel. Yes, for the win. Cover colour. If we had the cover on, there we are. So that's going to be, obviously, your cover colour. You then got your rope. Do you know what? We're going to go with a bright green. Does those bits, or the cover fixer honourer, we'll call it that anyway. You then got your chassis, which is obviously going to be your chassis bits. And then the frame underneath is going to be your frame. And you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now, what's interesting about this is how it unloads. So you've got the option, obviously, take your cover off, fair enough, as usual. But also, the way it bounces around. I mean, this is full. Got 8,500 litres of wheat in there. It's definitely got realistic weight movements on that. That is all right, indeed. And then we've got your unloading options. So if we go right stick, RB, sorry, and tip back, yes, no problem. So we can unload there. That's going to tip out the back. That's great. You then got your option to obviously change that. So you've got grain door, you got tip left and tip right. But if you do RB and right stick, left and right, you can actually tip it yourself, which is all right. So you get it to the right position. Great. And then obviously you unload. Job's a good one. But if we get it to that position like that, I'll show you. We then do, we're going to tip left. There we are. And we go unload. It's, oh, we do it, there we are. It's actually going to unload at the side. Oh dear. So make sure you got it on the right setting for tip right. There we are. So we'll now unload. It's going to open that side and we're away. That's great. But if we put it back, there we are, RB and right stick left, and put it back like that. You can also do that manual tilting, RB and right stick up and down, that way. Alright, fair enough, but you can also, if you've got it up in this position, do RB and right stick left and right, and tip it like that. What's going on with that? That's ace. I mean, look, we'll unload now. Okay, remember what we got it on. Oh, there we got it, tip right. It's unloading on a diagonal. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Alright, fair enough. Right, next up is the Briri Field Pack. This is by Patrick. 34.89 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them on the slurry tankers. Now, this has got a 20,000 litre capacity, 220 horsepower requirement for my tractor, and a 9 mile an hour working speed. 83 grand to buy. You do have a few options. So you've got your wheel brands, you've got your Trelleborg, your Michelin, Mitas, BKT, Raderstein, then back to Trelleborg again. And if you go for Michelin's, got some wines in there as well. Get a state of that. That is awesome. I do like that. Fair enough indeed. Then you got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. You then got your chassis colour. We'll go over brown. Slurry tanker, you know, why not? And then your rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, obviously, this is a slurry tanker, so you will need to have something that goes in the back. You know, drag hose, boot, dribble bar, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, that's going to mount to the 3-point, no problem. Now, if you're thinking 20,000 litre capacity is not really big enough for what you're looking for, well, they got you covered with that one because they got this one, 26,000 litre capacity. Same options as before, obviously a bit bigger. Alright, fair enough. And next up is the Alpego RmaX-300. This is by Hispano, 3.76 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it on the Power Harrows. Now, this is going to require 120 horsepower from your tractor. It's got 3 meter working width and a 9-mile-an-hour working speed for 16.5 grand to buy. You do have the option of colours. You can change the main colour. We'll go for red. It's going to do that bit. Your design colour, we'll go for green. It's going to do that bit underneath. And then design colour again, we'll go with blue. It's going to do the rollers at the back. So obviously, again, 3 meter working with small farming shenanigans. But that is looking all right indeed. Right, next up is the UNIMAT 8.4. This is by LS Portal Team, 15.53 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this is an interesting one because the old horsepower requirement is 200 for an 8.4 meter working width, which is not bad at all. That's quite a good ratio, to be fair. 7-mile-an-hour working speed, 15.5 grand to buy. So it's nice and cheap as well. I've seen things a lot smaller and a lot more expensive. So that is all right indeed. Then you've got your wheel setups. You've got your standard and you've got your standard 2s. So you're going to change the tyres at the back. You then got your main colour. We'll go over that. Let's go do the main colour. And you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. But that being said, 200 horsepower for 8.4 metre. That is all right indeed. Now we're sticking with cultivators for the next one. We've got the Rolmako VibroSTAR U445. This is by JMZ, 25.16 megabyte on the download. And obviously, it's under cultivators. Now, this requires 130 horsepower from your tractor, 6 metre working width, and a 9-mile-an-hour working speed for 12,900 to buy. You do have the option of configurations. So you've got configuration hitch upper or hitch lower. It's going to put a little trailer hitch out the back, so you could potentially do 2 jobs in one. That's all right. So you got the nothing, hitch upper, hitch lower, and then back to no. Although if you do go for no, you do get an optional extra on the lightings. So we'll come back to that in a minute. You then got spare wheel, yes or no, puts that there. Trawl, yes or no, puts that on the front. Then you got rear working elements. So you've got number 1 or number 2. You then got track eradicators. So obviously that's going to be where your tractor tyres goes. So it's going to dig it up for you to get rid of that compaction. Then you got front bar with reflectors, yes or no. And then lighting around the back is going to be yes or no. All right, fair enough. Right, the last mod for the day is the MAG SSP45. This is by SMI Modding Team, 23.54 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the Cedars. Now, it's got a 3,500 litre capacity, 220 horsepower requirement for your tractor, a 5 metre working width, and 9-mile-an-hour working speed, and it's going to cost you 85 grand. But what is good about this is it looks awesome. I mean, the detail on it all the pipe work's coming in and out, that is ace. And also, it's a direct drill. So you haven't got to worry about cultivating or ploughing, if that's your thing. Now, what I mean about details, we've got one out here. I mean, we'll unfold it. It takes a minute. Right, I'm just going to say that now. It does take a bit of time. So, you got your front bits that come out, and then you got your back bits come out. But whilst that's going on, look at it. That looks awesome. There's so much detail on that. I mean, you got pipes coming in, you got the hydraulic supports, you got stuff inside. That just looks ace. And then once you get it in the ground, each individual one moves up and down. That is ace. And to finish it off, we got one update. It's the apple tree by Omatana.